Hello, this is Charm Offensive. This is a video that we're doing, and I'm here with Heidi Park, who is Estonia's best cake maker. How you doing?
I don't know about that, but...
Well, I mean, before we get on to the cakes, how did you actually come to Estonia, Heidi?
I came here because of my husband. At the time, he was my boyfriend. And he said, "Well, just go here and try." I tried to convince him to move to the US, but it didn't work. So he was really convinced me, and I tried. I was a baker here for a while, and then I got laid off. But then I made the most of it by baking.
Right. And before you were a baker, you were in the Coast Guard Academy. You were up in the Coast Guard Service in America. How does a Coast Guard make the decision that cooking or baking is a better thing to do?
Life on the boat is really hard. It takes a toll on your health. Being out at sea for a month at a time, something that takes more. I have no personal life. It's a very hard life. So I just wanted to wake up and do something that I really loved. And baking was one of them. I was a vegetarian at the time, so I decided not to go the culinary path, but to go to do baking. I'm not a vegetarian anymore, but I really enjoyed still cooking cakes and things like that.
And what is your favourite cake to make for yourself?
I love making actually pound cake, not too sweet actually for me, and I also like to make cookies for myself. But a lot of times I'm kind of overwhelmed with sweets because I have to taste it every day. So mostly I just crave salty stuff now.
Okay. And tell me about these three cakes we've got on the table. You said these are your most popular cakes at the moment.
Yeah, these people look crazy for these cakes. This one is a peanut butter chocolate cake. Kind of like one of my favorite chocolates from the US is called a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
Uh-huh.
And so it's layers of banana cake and chocolate and peanut butter inside of a cream cheese frosting. All around it, there's lots of peanut crumbles and some caramel swirled on top.
And peanut butter is a really American thing, isn't it? I mean, that whole sweet and salty contrast. Is that something you've tried to bring to Estonia, that idea of American cooking, of that kind of American baking, rather?
Yeah, well, I'm American, so I just wanted to bring to Estonia what I like to eat myself. Because we often have leftovers, and who's going to eat the leftovers except me and my bakers? So that's the reason why. We just want to create stuff that we like ourselves.
Well, it looks amazing. And how important do you think it is for the look of a cake to actually be as good as how it tastes?
It's important. Looks are important if you want to sell it. Looks are not so important if you want to eat it yourself. Well, for me. But I think people really purchase with their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the main reason why we have to make things look beautiful.
Okay. Well, I would certainly purchase that with my eyes anyway. It looks lovely. And this one just below, tell us about that.
This is a very decadent chocolate cheesecake. It's got a lot of not only chocolate but pecans. Pecans are very expensive here in Estonia, and one of the most expensive nuts. And not grown in Estonia because it needs a very warm climate. So I think a lot of people here love pecans.
Mm-hmm.
It's based on our candy, which is in America, we call it the turtle.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a chocolate turtle, which looks like a turtle with pecans and turtle feet. And lots of caramel. So it's a very sweet, very decadent, rich cake for the true chocolate lover.
And because pecans are so expensive, does this cost a little more than most of your other cakes?
Yeah, it does. This one is 25 euros. It's probably one of our most expensive cakes, but totally worth everything.
Well, I can tell everyone who's watching this that she actually gave me a piece of this cake, and it was mind-blowingly good. So yes, I mean, if you have €25, I can recommend it. Anyway, it's wonderful. And I mean, I guess the whole pecan thing brings me on to another question, which is: are there other ingredients that you have trouble importing, or that you have trouble, or that raise the price of your cake simply because you can't find them in Estonia, except for pecans?
All the exotic ingredients like saffron, super expensive here. Um, Vanilla extract is not so good quality here. I mean, you can buy it very good quality at Stockman, but it's very, very expensive to use at the industrial level. So I actually do two things. I import from the US, and I also make my own vanilla extract from real vanilla beans because I need vanilla beans to make other things. So those are the main things.
So you try and use fresh ingredients from source as much as you can, like vanilla beans, for example.
I do, yeah. It makes the cakes taste better, and we tend to things that we like to eat are the ones with the most expensive ingredients. Like the chocolate that we use is very expensive.
What kind of chocolate do you use?
We use two kinds. One is Kaibo, which is from Belgium, and Schocknagel, which is from Germany. We also sometimes use Valrhona for wedding cakes. That's the most expensive chocolate for us.
So you never use Estonian chocolate then?
I don't really enjoy the taste of it as much as I like the other ones, but sometimes we do use it, like for decoration.
Yeah.
But I'm not huge on Estonian chocolate.
That's okay. I mean, clearly, if you have three brands of chocolate that you settled on, you've settled on them for a reason. Are they just the best quality?
They're just what I like to eat. I like as a plain chocolate, so that's why I use it.
Sure thing. This last one is a very Estonian cake. Lots of people eat it. I mean, it seems to be really popular in all of the cake shops. But you've sort of done your own twist here on a cheesecake.
It's a regular cheesecake, but it has some whole bean in it, which is pork. It's a curd cheese. Very healthy, very rich, and it gives the cheesecake a beautiful creaminess that you can't find if you just use regular cream cheese in the cheesecake. And we also use this abundance of berries that are in Estonia. Estonia has so many different types of berries compared to what I'm used to in New York. Like lingonberries, cranberries, blueberries. There's two different kinds of blueberries here. It's a beautiful thing to have it so readily available.
It looks from the outset like you put more berries in here than would normally go in a cheesecake. Is that fair to say?
This is how we make our own cheesecakes. I tell all of my bakers, you have to make it like you're going to give it to your grandma. Like you have to make it like you're giving it to your family. So I always tell them to put more berries, like more pecans, just so that it will be so good that people will want to come back.
And actually, that's how families make cakes, isn't it? I mean, my mum, when she made an apple crumble, would always put less sugar in it than a caterer would do because that's how she likes to eat it. And I mean, from eating the cakes that I have from you, I think that what's different about them from a sort of layman's point of view is that they seem to be more how a family would make a cake for each other rather than being a sort of a consumer cake, if you like.
Exactly. Everything is handmade and just made so that it's carefully done. Every step is not missed.
Yeah. So what are your plans for Christmas?
I'm working. I work all holidays. It's the busiest time. In the hospitality industry, we take breaks when people are off, and when people are. I'm sorry, it's opposite. We take breaks when people are working, and when people are on holiday, we work the most. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, we'll be working all throughout Christmas, New Year's, Valentine's Day, you name it, we're there.
And you're making anything for yourself and for your husband at Christmas?
We have a big family get together, and usually they just order big amounts. Last year it was like this cake was it, so I don't know which one it will be. It might be this one because it's new this year. But my family, my husband's family, loves chocolate, so that's what usually goes into our recipe.
Well, I'm sure they'll love it, whatever it is. And you're planning to stay in Estonia for at least the foreseeable future, I guess, because you have a successful business here. I mean, do you ever miss America?
I miss America, but whenever I go back, I always miss Estonia. So it's my home down here. I don't want to move back to America.
I think lots of people feel the same way about their own countries, actually. I mean, it's nice to go back for a while, but then you miss the place where you normally are, don't you? Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Heidi.